This is Peterbot, the best Fortnite player in the world right now. His mechanics are unreal, his aim is nearly flawless, and today I'm copying his routine for 24 hours to see if it can get me closer to going pro. Let's find out. But before I dive into Peterbot's routine, I want to see where my skills are at right now, so I jumped into a 1v1 to test my mechanics, aim and game sense. That way, after 24 hours of training, we can actually compare the results and see if I've improved. So, during this 1v1 I could clearly tell that my aim was really shaky, but my mechanics were actually alright. Let's see if I can improve that in the next 24 hours. Alright, so the first step in Peterbot's routine is free building. It's all about warming up your mechanics, building consistency and making every movement feel smooth before you even think about fighting. After a few hours of intense free building, I could already feel a difference. My edits were cleaner, my movements were smoother, and everything started to feel a lot more natural. But warming up is one thing, doing it under pressure is another thing. So I continued to do this for around 20 more minutes to work on my crosshair placement, consistency, and overall smoothness.
Alright, so the next step in Peterbot's routine is actually to hit aim trainer. I don't really hit aim trainer, so let's see. I'm gonna just do all of them. Reaction play. Wait, I'm low-key missing.
As you can probably tell, for me, aim has always been the biggest thing holding me back. I can keep up mechanically, but when it comes to actually finishing fights, I miss way too many shots. And at the highest level where Peterbot plays, that's the difference between winning and getting sent back to the lobby. That's why Peterbot spends so much time aim training that he's actually been accused of cheating on numerous occasions. It builds consistency, confidence and muscle memory, so when you get into a real fight you don't have to just aim, you just hit your shots. And I've always dreaded hitting aim trainer, so this was the hardest part of the challenge for me, and I did this for a few hours to work on consistency and accuracy. The next part of the aim trainer, the side shots, I was already pretty comfortable with because this is my go-to in most fights, just hitting side jumps. So these weren't really an issue for me. The main issue was coming up. Alright, so for the next part of Peterbot's routine, I had to hit my ultimate weakness, tracking. And I've always been so weak at this because my sensitivity does not help with my aim at all. So when objects start to move faster, I get really shaky and my aim goes all over the place. So I had to really dial down here, and I hit this for a few hours to get really consistent at my shots. By this point my hands were absolutely aching. I'd already spent hours free building and aim training, but Peterbot's routine wasn't finished yet. Next up were edit downs, one of the best ways to improve speed, consistency and control. At this stage my fingers felt like they were about to fall off, but I had to push through if I wanted to train like the best. I had to keep going, and let's just say, it wasn't easy. Now came the moment I'd been waiting for. I'd spent hours following Peterbot's routine, but none of it would matter if I couldn't perform in a real fight. So I jumped into some sweaty 1v1s to see if all that practice had actually made me a better player. All those hours grinding mechanics, aim and edit down, it was finally time to put it all into practice. There's only so much you can learn in creative. Real improvement happens when you're under pressure. So this is clearly why Peterbot does some intense, high quality 1v1s right after hours of grinding, and I think this is a key step in him becoming such a quality player. Once I got into the 1v1s, I could actually feel everything starting to come together. My mechanics felt way more fluid, I wasn't hesitating on my edits anymore, and my aim was noticeably more consistent than it had been earlier. I was playing with a lot more confidence, and because of that I started hitting some really clean clips. Obviously I wasn't playing like Peterbot overnight, but this was the first time all day where it genuinely felt like the hours of training I had put in were making a difference, and at one point I was even dominating my opponents, like right here where I full boxed him. By the end of the 1v1s, I felt like a completely different player. My mechanics were flowing together, my aim felt sharper, and I was winning fights I probably would have lost before. But creative is one thing, so the real test was still ahead. It was time to see if all this training would actually translate to real games. Alright, it was finally time. Everything I'd done today had led up to this moment. I don't usually play ranked solos, so I definitely was feeling the pressure. Every decision mattered. Every missed shot could end the game, and there was nowhere to hide. If Peterbot's routine had actually made me a better player, this was where it needed to show. This is where I needed to use the instincts I had built to really clutch up in the solo games. By this point, I only had 2 hours out of the 24 hours left of the challenge to hit Unreal, so let's see if I can do it. As the fights went on, I started noticing the biggest improvement in my aim. Early in the day, I'd been second guessing every shot, but now everything felt so much more controlled. My tracking was smoother, my crosshair placement was better, and I wasn't rushing my shots anymore. Instead of relying on my mechanics to bail me out, I was actually winning fights because I was hitting my shots consistently. My confidence kept growing with every elimination, and for the first time all day, it felt like all those hours of aim training were paying off. I wasn't playing like Peterbot yet, but I was definitely playing better than when I started. Especially right here, when I jumped on this kid, I felt very confident in my attack, and when I got into his box, I could immediately full piece him with my crosshair placement and I hit a one pump straight to the top. That was a really good confidence boost. Although the momentum was going straight where I wanted it to, there were some moments like here where I was dying from a stupid decision, which was sending me back straight to the lobby and taking away all the progress I made throughout the day. And eventually, the time ran out, the 2 hours were up, and I had not hit Unreal yet. I was hard stuck champ 3. And yeah, that's the end of the challenge. If we hit 6 likes on this video, I'll run it back using another Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. See you.